everyone, Norma here with Positive Action Dog Training, and today we're going to be working with Yogi. Come on, Yogi. Yogi is about a year old, and she is getting ready to go home with her new friend. And so we're just going to go through some of her commands. So Jeff is her new daddy. So we're just going to talk a little bit about collars and leashes and all that stuff to get started. So we do use head collars on our dogs, which we actually have created these. So this is not something that you can buy over the counter or on the internet. If you need a new one, please let us know. And we do have they're made individually. So if anybody knows of anybody that can make these, we would love to have these made eventually. So anyway, we call them a victory walker. And what this looks like is a little horse halter. Come here, baby. Sit. Sit. Good girl. Lie down. Lie down. Yogi, come on. Lie down. Good girl. Good girl. There you go. Stay. Lie down. She may or may not stay there because I'm talking, but the thin strip goes behind the dog's ear, and the nose goes over, the padded nose piece goes over the nose. So what we're going to work on is teaching her the command, get dressed. So I like to put the both straps together. Yogi, good girl. And I stick a cookie through here. And, come here, baby. Let me bring her around this way so y'all can see. Stick a cookie. You're not cooperating. You have to face the camera. Good. And then I'll just slide this while she's eating over top of her, behind her ears. When you take this off, do it one ear at a time. So tuck one ear, grab the nose band and come straight forward. If you do that, it's not going to go inside out and cause a mess, because they will get tangled if you turn them inside out. Come on, babe. Yogi, good girl. Here, sit. So again, it's thin strap, fuzzy strap, cookie. Come here, baby. And the command is get dressed. Very quickly, the dog will start putting their nose into that, and you don't have to struggle with them. There is a ring on each side, so if you've got your dog on the left, you hook to the left ring. If you got your dog on the right, you hook to the right ring. Please make sure that this sits fairly high on your dog's neck. Don't loosen this up so much that it hangs down. The nose badge should come right underneath the dog's eyes and behind the lip line. A lot of the collars on the market come forward, and that's what the dogs don't like, is over top of their lips. So it's right behind their lip line, right in front of their eyes, and behind their head. We use these collars because it's very easy to control your dog with one of these on. The pressure point is across the back of the neck, or what they call a pole. It's not on the dog's nose. It's not like controlling the dog from side to side. But what happens is, again, your dogs are trained, however, they are a dog. They're going to see a squirrel, they're going to see a cat, they're going to see another dog, and the last thing that you want to have happen to you is to get pulled down. We have had several people over the years who have had their dogs on a buckle collar. Dogs were trained, and they went down with the dog. The dog saw another dog or whatever, and we've had a couple people break some bones. So we call these our what-if collars. The dogs, you can see her, she's kind of like fussing a little bit. Yogi, quit. They don't necessarily like them because they're not in control. So you have to think about this and just make sure that you don't allow them to rub. They'll rub their face, they'll rub on you, all that kind of stuff. You just have to tell them no. Sit. You're like an ants in your pants. Come here. Sit. Come here. Sit. Good. Okay. The other kind of collar that you will see that we have is a mild correction collar. It's very, very mild. It's got little pokey things on the inside. It's flat on the outside. Again, this is what if the dog decides to, hey, you, come here. What if the dog decides to, chase a cat or a bunny or something like that? These, basically, the dog is just getting a mild correction with his own weight. So if he just kind of lurches into the collar, he's not going to pull you off your feet. Again, it's a what-if collar. A lot of people get to the point where they don't put the collars on their dogs, and they just wear a flat buckle collar, and then we get a phone call that says, I know I shouldn't have, but I did, and now I fell on the sidewalk and broke my arm or my hand or my finger. Had one guy break a collarbone because he had a big dog. So please just use something that, it's there if you need it, but it's not, we're not going to rely on these collars for good behavior, if that makes sense. Okay, same thing, although this one just has a clip. Come here, baby. Yo, come here. Around. If you've got both on, it goes behind the head collar. Make sure that the leash is, straight, not attached. The nice thing about these head collars is that you can slip off the noseband and you still have a collar on your dog. I would suggest if you're going to be sitting for a long period of time and the dog's going to be laying down, to just slip off that noseband. So the next part of this is really easy. Come here, baby. Because to get the noseband back on, it's pretty easy, except you have to bring this small strap forward behind the dog's ears as high as you can get it, and that way the noseband just slips right on and off you go. Okay? So if you don't slide it really close to the ears, you'll have a hard time getting the noseband off. Now when you do this, be careful about leaving the strap here because we've had several dogs eat them. So you want to swing this around backwards and just let your dog lie down. So they will get their mouth on it sometimes, and there goes a $25 collar. So I just swing them around backwards. Okay, so that's the collars that we use, guys. The other thing, of course, is please always have some kind of identification tag on your dog, whether you put it on their vest or you have attached to a buckle collar. When all of this stuff comes off, you can put your buckle collar on your dog and make sure you got your name, your address, microchip number. What I like more than anything is a medical ID tag, which is the kind that you would wear on a chain or even a wrist chain or something. It's got the little red cross on it that stands for the medical tag, and just put service dog on there with your phone number, because if your dog does get away from you, we did have a dog not too long ago. It wasn't one of our guys, but it was a really great guy that lost his dog during a hurricane. Now, I think the dog did have tags on him and all of that, but you just never know, because, people always say, well, my dog's never going to leave me. He's never going to get, we want to hope for that and think about that, but it does happen. Things go wrong, but let's make sure your dog has got some ID on.